Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk about my first impressions on the FXRT fairing on my Dyna. Let's check it out. Alright, what's going on YouTube? BKLO is back in the building. And we're out here with the road captain at Rolling Thunder Cycles in Hempstead. Road captain and a pretty sweet looking FXR over there. Shout out to whoever owns that thing. Beast. But yeah, you know, the bike's been in the shop for about 4.5 weeks, and this is coming out after I've done my annual upgrade video to show you where the bike's at, so this fairing shouldn't be much of a surprise at this point. In chronological order, you're coming at me for the first time I'll be riding it, so and yeah, that is different. That is definitely different. Wow. That is a crazy sensation. Yep, so shout out to the road captain. Glad you were able to get off work today to come ride with me for the first time I'm riding this bike. And if the view is a little gnarly right now, if you guys think I need to take the gauges down a little bit, I could definitely do that. I think I talked about that in a previous video. Shout out to Rolling Thunder Cycles. They've done a lot of work on this bike, spent a lot of time wrenching on this bike, so I figured for a big upgrade like this, why not go to them? Finally, shout out to this dope FXR 93. Thing is sick. And wow. Wow. That is a very different sensation. That is going to take some getting used to. Alright, so first impressions. Wow. What is going on here? Is this still my bike? So my initial impression is I feel like I'm getting zero wind at this point from what I'm used to. And again, I'm coming off of a Memphis Shades Road Warrior 13 inches, and man, I'm just getting zero wind. And I also just feel like I'm cutting through the wind right now. I feel zero wind resistance, let's put it that way. Let's not get too scientific today. I feel justified right now because I wanted that experience that I was feeling on the Road Glide back when I was in Seattle, but I wanted it to be on my Dyna. And that's exactly what this feels like. I definitely could feel a huge difference because we're doing low speeds right now. I don't think the road captain's trying to split. I mean, that would be one way to break this fairing in. Start doing some lane splitting. Okay, I guess we are going to do that. Never mind.
11 minutes later.
Leave it to the road captain, man. So, yeah, initial impression. I really like it. I really like it. I mean, I'm not just saying that because, you know, I dropped some money into the fairing and the installation. Like, I legitimately am really happy with this right now. This is kind of what I imagined it would be. And mind you, I've never rode a bike with an FXRT fairing before. I could only hypothesize, and it looks like I was right. So yeah, first difference is just zero wind on the chest. Zero wind. Also zero wind on the helmet. I'm not getting that usual helmet wind that I get at the top of my helmet. So that's like the first big difference, is the wind is completely cut right now. Now, in the low speeds, the bike almost kind of feels like as if you're running it naked, because you're getting this sensation of turning your bars with nothing resisting. There's no fairing turning with it. So it's weird, but in a way, it's like, yeah, it kind of feels like you're running it naked. Another big difference is obviously you can't see, you know, I can't see as far down as I did before, so I gotta get used to that. But it's like when I'm riding, I'm usually looking like 3 or 4 car lengths ahead of me anyway, so I'm looking into the distance, so that's not really an issue for me right now. It's not something I'm noticing. I only noticed it when we were lane splitting for a minute, but it's not enough where I feel uncomfortable or anything. The other really surprising thing about this, and again, this is just like a first impression video. You're literally coming at me 15 minutes after I picked the bike up from the shop. So I'll make like a more formal review video when I put more miles on this. So, you know, take what I'm telling you right now with a drop of cold brew, you know. Let me put some more miles before I can give you some specifics. But another thing that's just really surprising is I really thought I would feel more weight, you know, as if I were, you know, on a road glide or something. But it feels like incredibly light. I really thought it would feel heavier, but it doesn't. So I'm surprised by the weight. I did think I'd be dealing with more weight than I would be right now. So that's definitely a surprising thing. Could it have all been so simple? How many Sturgis trips? How many bike trips did I do without this fairing? I could already tell. If I had this fairing on for all those bike trips, whew, I think I'd have the energy to do some workouts by the time we hit the motels. So this is another really weird first impression that I feel like makes no sense. And I don't know, maybe you guys can justify why I would feel this way. But for some reason, with this fairing, I feel like I'm sitting higher on the bike. Why would that be? I just came off my 06 to ride over here, you know, and I feel like I'm just sitting way higher on the bike right now. Why would that be? Very, very confusing. So again, you know, I don't claim to be a rocket scientist or an astrophysicist. Maybe one of you guys that are just a little bit smarter than I am can tell me, why am I getting that sensation right now? Why does it feel like I'm sitting higher? It doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything. It just feels like a different ride than when I was running a T-Sport. Oh man, you California guys, I see why you like it so much. I see why you like it so much. But yeah, I guess the next thing is I'm just noticeably more comfortable right now, just cruising. Yeah, like this is nice. I could get used to this, and I guess I will. But yeah, initial impressions are all positive right now. I like it. It feels good. It's good to have my lowrider back. Been putting a lot of miles on the 06. And yeah, I'm just not getting... It's crazy. You could probably hear it in the audio. I'm just getting zero wind on my helmet. So that is wild, man. Wild. What I'm interested to see is you know, when I get my bearings with this thing and I get a little bit more comfortable, how is it going to perform in the curves? You know, because I can throw this bike into a curve at some pretty good speeds without batting an eye. And I'm wondering, is that still going to be the case with running a fairing like this? Will there be wobbles? Will it be able to be thrown into curves like I'm used to? But yeah, again, you know, if you didn't read the description, this is the RWD FXRT fairing for Dyna. You know, they've gotten definitely increasingly more popular in the last year or two, which which I can see why that is now. It 100% is a looks thing, and I don't want to sound cliche, but like I honestly did make the upgrade for performance. You know, I rode that Road Glide, really liked having that fixed fairing, and I kind of just wanted the best of both worlds, and I'm living in it right now. Beautiful day, beautiful summer day on Long Island. Thankful to be doing some miles with my dad. Thanks again, Dad, for coming through, pick up the bike with me. The number one dad, you know, he's there checking everything, making sure everything's good on the bike, you know, before I even pulled up to pick it up. Always the dad of the year. Look at that. That feels so good. But yeah, even now, like, I'm getting used to not getting as much wind, and it's just crazy. Like, the conjecture that I can make right now is that it's gonna be a game changer on longer trips. I'll have to switch bikes with the road captain too, just to see what he thinks about it, but I think he'll like it. But we are approaching a destination I've taken you to a million times. Just never gets old. A good old pencil. Yes, when a plan goes the way you want it to. Let me not say anything though, because the second you say that is when things go wrong. Yeah, let's keep going. Woo! Yeah! Oh, man. What a day. It also feels weird coming back to my factory 110 from that SNS 116. Now that's a completely different animal. I gotta get used to not having that amount of power at my fingertips. Not that the 110's got me wanting for any power. But I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this beautiful ride with my dad. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's not a formal review or anything. I'm literally just giving you my legitimate initial thoughts. You kind of just came along for the ride with me. Some good numbers right now, and it's no issue. This is non-factor right now. Not a factor. Wow, man. And this is Ocean Parkway. Like, anyone who rides on here, you know how gnarly the wind is. I'm getting nothing right now. Zero. Well, I'm thankful, very, very thankful, very, very excited. Thank you, Rolling Thunder, for for making this happen. I appreciate it. And thank you for anyone that entertained this idea that I had, because it's working out right now. I'm happy. If you want more information on this or you want more content, don't worry. Like I said, when I put a couple 100 more miles on this fairing, I'll make a more formal video about specifically what I like or anything that I don't like about it. But until then, if you're someone who needs some convincing, if you're like on the fence about this, I mean, you guys know the way I ride. I like to ride fast, I like to go far, and I'm very excited. This fairing seems like the perfect fairing for that type of riding style. But again, we'll see how it holds up in Brooklyn. We'll see how it does in those more urban miles. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there. Stay low. Listen to the bad brands. Positive mental attitude, always. Get an FXRT fairing if you're on the fence. And that'll be it for today. BK Low is out.